Hello everyone, I am Sakshi Dhanokar. Today we will discuss about the body cavities. So, what is body cavities? Body cavity is a spaces present in our body, or body cavities consist fluid that help to protect the organ, or help to protect our frictions of between the organs. So body cavities is also called as a fluid filled spaces that are present in our body, or hold and protect the internal organs, and these body cavities are separated by membranes and other structure. So there are two largest cavities present in our body. First is the ventral cavity and the second is the dorsal cavity. These are the two main cavity present in our body. So these two body cavities are subdivided into other cavities, or consists of number of cavities in our body. Both are the dorsal and ventral cavities are the subdivided. So first one is a ventral cavity. So ventral cavities occur in a front side or anterior portions. The organs contained within this body cavity include lungs, heart, stomach, intestine, reproductive system, etc. So this organ in a ventral cavity allow or considerable changes in the size and shape. So within it is they perform their function. For example, the organs such as lung, stomach, uterus, these are occur or present in the ventral cavities, are can expand or contract without destroying other tissue, or disturbing other tissues or activities by nearby organs. So that contain in a ventral cavity. These ventral cavities are subdivided into thoracic and the abdominopelvic cavities. So thoracic cavity include chest, or pericardial cavities, include pleural cavities, or etc. So pleural cavity hold the lungs and the pericardial cavity hold the heart. So next one is the abdominopelvic cavities. Abdominopelvic cavities filled with the lower half of the trunk, and is subdivided into abdominal cavity and the pelvic cavity. So abdominal cavity hold the organ that is a digestive systems organ containing kidney, intestine, etc. Or the pelvic cavity hold the reproductive organ such as reproductive organs such as uterus, ovary, etc. Also that organ used for the excretion. So this pelvic cavity and or abdominopelvic cavity or the thoracic cavity both are included in a ventral cavity. So next one is a dorsal cavity. Dorsal cavity is a cavity that are present in a posterior part or backside of a body, including both head and neck portion or back portion of a trunk. So dorsal cavities is subdivided into cranial and the spinal cavities. So there are two main parts of the dorsal cavity, that is the cranial cavity and the spinal cavity. Cranial cavity mainly filled or hold the organs that is the upper part of the skull and contain the brain. So spinal cavity is a very long, that contain the narrow cavity inside the vertebral column. So it runs the length of trunk and contain the spinal cord. So the brain and the spinal cord that are occur in our dorsal cavities, they are both protected by the bones and the skull. They are present in the vertebra and the spine. So they are further protected by the meninges. Meninges is the folded structure or three-layer structure membrane that are present in our brain area, that help to protect or enclose the brain and the spinal cord. So this thin layer of cerebrospinal fluid present in our brain area are maintained between the two of the meningeal layer. So the clear fluid is produced by the brain and it provides extra protection, and the cushioning for the brain and the spinal cord is also called as a shock absorber, or help to protect the brain from friction or other external impact. So or the certain number of fluid are present in our body, that is a pleural fluid. These are present in our pleural cavity that contain the lungs. This pleural membrane present outside of the lungs contain the pleural fluid. That pleural fluid help to protect the lungs from or they absorb the external shock. So this is all called this is all about the cavities or body cavities. Thank you.